Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. First impressions again. You thought it was done, it's not. It's very exciting first impressions. I was very spoiled this Christmas. My family and I hadn't seen each other for a long time, and I was very spoiled. And I received the, you know what, hold on. Let me keep it in its packaging. The Pat McGrath Huetopian Dreams. I could literally cry. I am so excited. It has been sitting on my desk and I have not used it yet. I've been waiting. Look at this beauty. Can you even believe? Like, are you joking? I am so excited. I cannot believe that I have two Mothership palettes from Pat McGrath. If you don't know, I was very not against Pat McGrath, but like resistant to her prices, let's say, for a long time. And I slowly started dipping my toes in, and it's just become a situation now where I love her so much, and I love her products, and I have become somewhat of a Pat McGrath stan, if you will, against all odds. I am not centered, am I, on this? This camera needs to be, okay, let's hope that's better. So, I was initially disappointed in Huetopian Dreams when the color story was announced, or like when the palette was shown. But the more I saw people use it and swatch it, and now that I see it in person, I really love it. And as someone who doesn't own a lot of Pat McGrath palettes, it's not like I'm not a collector of Mothership palettes, so it doesn't really matter to me that there's more pinks. It's not like I'm going to have so many repeat shades, you know what I mean? And as someone who loves pink eyeshadow, not complaining really. And I feel like there's so many just absolutely beautiful shades in here. I'm beside myself, like legit beside myself. So let's give her a live swatch on the arm, okay? Because I haven't even swatched this palette yet. Okay, so the first shade we have is the shade Skin Show Nude Ecstasy. This is like, I believe she has like a satiny kind of shade in all of her palettes, and like the first shade. So it's like a peachy champagne. It's not actually, it's more just true champagne. So that actually looks really beautiful. It's not like sparkly or intense, but it's like a satin that's a little bit amped up. Then we have the first matte. This is the shade Secret Eden. Please excuse my crusty hands. This is a lighter dusty pink. And then we have the shade Bronze Desire, which is a bronze like metallic shade. It's not just a straight metallic, there is some sparkle in here. Then we have, I believe, one of like the first shade in the quad of like 4 special shades at the end of the palette. So this is the shade Bronze Solaris 005. A lot of people describe these shades as dry, which I guess they are. So this is basically a like sheer sparkly gold. Look at that though, oh my god. Bronzy gold, but super sparkly. Definitely you'd need like some type of glitter glue or adhesive, I think, to like really get the sparkles in here. Then we have the shade Astral Venusian Orchid. Oh my god. Oh my god. that is beyond words. It's like a pink, super sparkly shade with gold and green reflex. Moving to the second row, we have the shade Extreme Plum Noir, which is a plum shade, like a dusty, kind of like mauvey plum. I will say I would prefer this palette to have, like, for this shade to be a little bit deeper, but I could always deepen it up with the black. And then we have this shade, which is called Cosmic Bloom, which is a metallic. It's like a pink to gold metallic, again with some sparkle. And then the shade Shockwave, which is a pretty bright pink with a good amount of like peachiness to it. Okay, I thought I wasn't filming for a second, I panicked. Then we have the shade Blitz Sextreme, which I don't know why. I didn't realize this is like a legit multi-chrome. It's like a black base multi-chrome. Maybe it's not quite, no, it is a multi-chrome. It has like I said, black base with like a burgundy red sheen, which it just looks like a straight up like burgundy when you look at it straight in the pan, but it has like gold to it, it has green to it. It's so pretty, and I don't know why I did not realize that this was in here until I like actually saw the palette in person. And then we have like the iconic shade of the palette, the shade Astral Amethyst Moon, which is a like amethyst purple shade, like a warm purple base with blue sparkle to it. I feel like you might not be able to tell the true like beauty of this palette on camera, which is the unfortunate thing, but it's like, it is so beautiful. I feel like there's so many special shades. Like there's 2 astral shades. I'm not a Pat McGrath expert. Don't know if that's regular or a special thing or not. The other Mothership palette that I have is Bronze Seduction. So this is what I have my Pat McGrath like Mothership knowledge based off of, and I love this palette. I use it all the time. And honestly, I cannot wait to use this. Okay, let's just do some up close swatches. Please excuse my crusty ass hands. And then we'll do a first impressions, which I'm just so excited about. Oh. This is cheating. It probably is, but that's okay. I know that I'm gonna want to grab for a deeper color using this palette, and just because it's just the way I do my makeup, you know, it is what it is. It's just what I prefer. I am just gonna go in with a black shadow. I'm just going to use this Pat McGrath single that I have. This is the shade Dark Matter. And I'm just going to put this in like my outer corner and like through my crease a little bit, just to provide a little bit of a deeper base. And then I will go in with the Huetopian Dreams. Okay, so I just laid that base down. And then I'm going to take now the shade, let me get my little cheat sheet out, Extreme Plum Noir. So this is basically like a mid-toned mauve plum shade, like I said before. I know that I love Pat McGrath's mattes, and I'm just going to basically blend over the top of this and blend this black out. They're like literally impeccable. Not everyone, you know, agrees with that. Opinion. I was searching for the word opinion. But I, yeah, just absolutely love them. So, and obviously because I'm blending this over a black shadow, it's not going to be how these mattes perform by themselves, but this is realistically how I like my shadow to look and how I like to do my makeup. Okay, so that blended out beautifully. Now I'm going to blend it out even more with the shade Sacred Eden. Again, I feel like I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I just find Pat McGrath's mattes to be super blendable, super buildable. Like, I really just love them. Not necessarily insofar as like they're the best matte shadows I've ever used in my life. Like, they're one of the best, but I feel like you would expect that from a palette that costs this much money, you know? So super easy. That did not take any time at all, and I started off with the black. My lid, I think I gotta go in with this multi-chrome shade. I really want to use it. I know that the astral shades are calling my name. That's the shade Blitz Sextreme, but you know, like I just gotta. Oh my god, I'm sorry if I haven't been in the center of the frame. First, I'm gonna use my NYX glitter primer. I use this with pretty much every shimmer now. I'm just gonna put this all over my lid, and now picking up Blitz Extreme and putting it all over my lid. And this is applying super smooth. Like, it's picking up on the brush amazing. It's applying amazing. I feel like you could probably get a good amount of impact even if you were just using the shade dry. That's just pure speculation. And this is more smooth. It's not super like sparkly or anything like that. Stunning. I mean, right now in this lighting I can't really tell the shift, but I think that, I mean, I can see it on my brush though. I can see it on my finger. I think it's just going to be a matter of getting into a different, you know, lighting situation, which is how multi-chromes are best displayed. But I am loving this so far. So I'm going to take a bit of the shade Extreme Plum Noir, which is that mid-tone, and just run this over the front and just blend, make sure everything's blended out. I don't want any like super harsh, you know, edges or anything. And I'm gonna take the shade or the brush that I used the black on and just blend the edges of this just because it's gonna look, you know. And then I'm gonna take Secret Eden one more time and blend this over the very edge. Oh my god, it feels so like smooth and creamy. I'm gonna take, what is this? Blitz Extreme. Blitz Extreme. I wonder if you can see on my finger. It legit never focuses. I always cut these parts out. Yeah, probably not. Anyway, I'm just gonna take Blitz Extreme and intensify this on my lid. And then I'm gonna take Skin Show Nude Ecstasy. Just on a little brush. And then use this to highlight my brow bone. Beautiful. Okay, for my lower lash line, I mean, I don't really have many options for matte, so I'm just gonna take the Extreme Plum Noir shade and run this all underneath my eye. But you can see that that definitely like still is pretty deep. I found that Pat McGrath, like I said before, her mattes are really buildable. So if a shade isn't super deep, it's like relatively, like it's really easy to build, you know, that up. I just like my shadow to be really dramatic. I'm gonna just take this black and use this to deepen my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take Secret Eden and use this to blend my lash line out. Now I'm going to take the shade Cosmic Bloom, this pink sparkly metallic, and put this on the inner part of my lower lash line. That's beautiful. And then I'm going to take the shade Astral Venusian Orchid and put this in my inner corners. I'm gonna give that a little spray so it sticks a bit better. That is so sparkly. Okay, so I'm just going to finish up my face, you know, do blush and highlight. I haven't done that yet, lips, lashes, all that stuff, and then be back to give my first impressions on this palette. Okay, and so this is the way my look turned out. I used on my lips the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in the shade 37. Love this look. I love how it's like smoky and dusty, but still has like a purple to it, and it's still, I mean, I have a multi-curve on my lid, but it's still kind of neutral. Adore, 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 adore. Honestly, I mean, number one, obviously first impression, so I only used a handful of shades and, you know, a handful of ways. But I do love this palette, and I just feel like after using this and swatching it, I feel like it was kind of underrated. I think every single shade in here is absolutely beautiful. There's so many sparkly, beautiful shades. Do I wish that this was a little bit deeper? Yeah, but you know what? I can pair it with other shadows. You know, it's not the end of the world, and you know, I understand that not everyone always wants super deep smoky looks all the time, like is my preference, but I just adore it. I can also see how this may not be like super friendly for everyday wear for a lot of people. For me, I wear, you know, all kinds of makeup all the time, but you know, not everyone does. So, and especially when you're spending such a high price tag on a palette, perhaps you want it to be something that you know you're gonna like wear every single day. but like regardless of that, I love it. And like I said before, especially because I don't have all the Pat McGrath palettes. I actually don't have any like pinky palettes of hers. Like I said, the only Mothership I have is Bronze Seduction. I also am a fan of pinky, like pink eyeshadow, so it doesn't super bother me. Is this maybe, but like color story wise, is this redundant in Pat McGrath's lineup, particularly her Mothership palette lineup? Maybe, but as a standalone palette, not comparing it to the other palettes that she's released, beautiful. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. I know this is a little bit of a hot take, but I feel like there's something just like a je ne sais quoi, if you will, of Pat McGrath's special sparkly shadows that, like, yes, indies always do it amazing. You know, they set the bar really high for like shifty multi-chromes and super sparkly shadows. 100%, there's no doubt about it, but I just feel like there's something special about Pat McGrath's eyeshadows that I just can't put my finger on, that I just think is a little bit unmatched. Not across the board, but like with her really textured, really special shades, there's something super special about them, and they're just a joy to use. And I reach for my Bronze Seduction palette all of the time, literally all of the time, and I imagine that this will be no different. I do hope to do a 3 looks 1 palette with this palette in the future. I have some other ones that I need to film before, but it will be coming at some point. So, you know, wait around for that. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts on this palette are, if you have it, or even, you know, just objectively, abstractly, what you think about it, or Pat McGrath's shadows in general. It's always interesting to hear different people's perspectives on luxury eyeshadows. I think it's like an interesting topic. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I would love to see you in my next one. Bye!